Hey, Mike.
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, have you ever heard of turbo debt?
No, what is that? Something to get me into debt faster?
No, turbo debt is not to get you in debt faster. It's to help you get out of debt. Do you have over $10,000 in credit card, personal loans, medical, or payday loans?
Of course I have debt. That's the American way.
Au contraire, mon frere. Turbo debt will give you the option to break the debt cycle and start putting money in your pocket.
That's awesome.
Over 70% of Americans die with credit card debt. Do not let this happen to you. Turbo debt will give you an option to break the debt cycle and start putting money in your pocket.
That's awesome.
If you have over $10,000 in credit card debt and personal loans, medical, or payday loans, they can help. Go to turbodebt.com/TechTime. Again, that's turbodebt.com/TechTime, all capitalized, for a free consultation today. TurboDebt is a proud sponsor of this week's episode of TechTime Radio.
Broadcasting across the nation from the East Coast to the West, keeping you up to date on technology while enjoying a little whiskey on the side, with leading-edge topics, along with special guests, to navigate technology in a segmented, stylized radio program. The information that will make you go, Pull up a seat, raise a glass with our hosts as we spend the next hour talking about technology for the common person. Welcome to TechTime Radio with Nathan Mumm.
Welcome to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm, the show that makes you go, technology news of the week, the show for the everyday person talking about technology, broadcasting across the nation with insightful segments on subjects weeks ahead of the mainstream media. We welcome our radio audience of 35 million listeners to an hour of insightful technology news. Each week our show covers this week's top technology subjects without a political agenda. We verify the facts, and we do it with a sense of humor in less than 60 minutes. And of course, with a little whiskey on the side. We live stream, of course, during our show on 5 of the most popular platforms, including YouTube, Twitch TV, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We encourage you to visit us online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at TechTimeRadio.com or become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/TechTimeRadio. I'm Nathan Mumm, your host, a technologist with over 30 years of technology expertise, working for Fortune 500 companies across the country. My co-host here, Mike Day, is an award-winning author. Originally from Arizona, Mike's a human behavior expert living in the Seattle area with a master's degree in forensic psychology. Mike is here to help keep me from geeking out and providing insight into human behavior and how it interacts with technology. We are two friends from different backgrounds, but bring the best technology show possible every week for our family, friends, and fans to enjoy. Welcome, everyone. Let's start today's show.
Now on today's show.
All right, today on Tech Time with Nathan Mumm, a third thumb. Oh, you're going to be talking about that a little bit later in this, right?
Sort of.
Okay, what do you mean?
Not necessarily a third thumb. It's just augmented prosthetics.
Okay, we're going to be talking about that. Okay, what would you do with an extra digit? You know, that'd be awesome. I could then count to 11. You know that?
I don't know why you ask questions like this, Nathan.
Okay, all right. We are also breaking news. Let me just tell you, Amazon just screwed my day today. The Amazon released Amazon Anywhere. So we had our whole
Twitter,
show. Well, no. So I had our show. We did our show production last night.
Yes.
And then Amazon goes on and they release Amazon Anywhere with a big press announcement. Haven't talked about it. It's kind of been in the black box. And we're going to be actually talking about what Amazon Anywhere is. It's huge. And that sounds like a Donald Trump quote. It's huge.
Is this Sidewalk?
No, it's not Sidewalk. Amazon Anywhere, they have a patent. They had a patent they got about 10 years ago regarding this. Mm-hmm. Amazon is going to take on the world, and I'll tell you why in our top stories with this technology, because they have a patent and they already know how to do this. It is going to be a big thing. So we're going to be talking about that. And then, would you like to fly like a green goblin in real life?
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
It's throwing balls down on a big flying device.
Just throwing bombs at people from a hovercraft?
Yeah, you got little your pumpkins that you're throwing at everybody?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, okay, well, we're going to be talking about that, I think, because Gwen Way's got some news that was just...
we were having fun with this.
We had a great time with that. So she's going to be talking, I don't want to steal her thunder, but Green Goblin is real, and you can have a device like him. There you go. Well, Green Goblin's not really real,
but... It's like him.
It's like him. There you go. All right. Microsoft thinks they have a new way to make two-factor authentication security better. We think
Is it called
differently.
3-factor?
Well, yeah, so they say it's going to be easier. It's not going to be easier. And then we explore how IBM's Deep Blue became a household name. All right. In addition, we have our standard features, including Mike's mesmerizing moment, This Week in Technology, and a possible, I absolutely hope so, a Nathan Nugget. As always, though, we have our pick of the day whiskey tasting during the commercial to see if our selected whiskey pick gets 0, 1, or 2 thumbs up at the end of the show. So sit back, raise a glass, and welcome to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm. Now it's time for the latest headlines in the world of technology.
Here are our top technology stories of the week.
All right, story number 1. What is Amazon Anywhere? Let's go to our breaking news announcement from Alicia, our Amazon correspondent.
Breaking news, Amazon is launching a new immersive shopping experience called Amazon Anywhere. This new offering enables immersive shopping experiences for video games, virtual worlds, and mobile apps. Amazon is extending the fun within virtual worlds and interactive digital environments with a new immersive shopping experience. You don't have to leave your game or app to purchase physical products. Once you're ready to buy, you can expect the same great selection, low prices, and easy checkout as you would get at the Amazon website.
All right. So if I'm playing, is this what this is? If I'm playing a game and I see something cool in that game that Amazon sells, I can just tap my screen and be like, I want that.
Almost. Oh, that's exactly it. So let's say you're playing a game, right? So Amazon now shop real life in a video game. So let's say you're playing a game and there's a T-shirt there and you wanted to buy it for your avatar. But there also seems to be a real life T-shirt available to you. You can, if Amazon Anywhere is a part of this offering, you could buy it virtually for your character. And then within 2 hours, they will deliver that item to your doorstep.
Okay. All right.
So just think of this. If you're playing Grand Theft Auto.
Can I just say that reminds me of like the Willy Wonka thing?
Yeah?
Where you like the TV thing where you just grab it.
They grab the candy bar right out of the television?
The Wonka Vision?
Yeah, the Wonka Vision.
There you go.
So just think of it. You're playing Grand Theft Auto, right?
Okay, so
I'm over there beating up on somebody.
Here I am.
And I got a jacket that I really like. I buy it for my character after I just pummeled 50 pedestrians to get the money for a buck each.
That's what you do.
Right? And then I go on in and I buy a jacket. And if I
within 2 hours, a real live jacket will come by that says that you are
I'm a thug that just beat up everybody.
There you go.
So, but the key
so I'm
thing,
going to stop all the action in my video game to be like, hey, wait a minute, guys.
Well, have you heard of?
I need to buy this from Amazon.
Niantic. Have you heard of that company?
Niantic, yeah.
They're the company that did Pokemon
Go.
All right, so they just came out with a brand new augmented reality game called Peridot. All right, essentially in Peridot, you have it's a Tamagotchi type of deal. It's a pet simulator that takes place completely within augmented reality. You can feed, play, walk, breed, socialize with the little creatures.
Your Paradots.
Yep. After seemingly linking your Amazon account to the game, you can find Peridot branded products such as T-shirts, hoodies, phone accessories, throw pillows, featuring artwork of magical creatures from the game. And you'll see the familiar product details, images available, Prime eligibility, price, and estimated delivery date of what you could get for these Amazon stores. Now, you select the buy option, and you pay with real cash. Now, this is a very interesting thing here.
You seem to be really excited about this.
So I looked at the patent. So I think Amazon, they did a patent 10 years ago for this. All right? And it took them 10 years to kind of come out with this. But they have a patent for a purchase delivery system with American cash, American currency, as tender, not this virtual currency you get in the game, not something that you pay for, but with cash.
Yes.
That you buy this in the game with cash, and you buy
your buy now key on your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem really excited about this.
Well,
I feel like we're one step closer to Minority Report.
I think
remember that movie?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, with isn't that the Tom Cruise one?
It's Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And, they're walking through the subway and little things detect their retinas, and suddenly they're flashing up holograms of all the advertisements directly to him.
Yep.
Hey, Bill, you want this jacket that we saw in
that you walked by, and
whatever game you just referenced.
So it's like Free Guy. You saw the movie Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the NPC type of deal, but now you're purchasing that item in the game, and you're purchasing in real life. This is huge.
Okay.
This is big. This is as big as ChatGPT in my mind.
I don't really think so.
I do.
I don't
Because nobody else can come out with the same type of augmented reality. Amazon literally holds this patent trademark.
Sure they do, but they also have maximized their ability to deliver products to people as quickly as possible. You can't get anywhere else where you can get same-day delivery for certain items. Of course,
within like 3 hours.
For some reason, I can't pick those.
You can't pick those items?
When I pick them, they're usually like
4 weeks out,
2 days away, and then they give me 3-day buffers because they lose them somewhere. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe they just know.
See, I always do the buy digital credit now. So I'll say send it to me whatever day, and they'll give me $3 digital credit. Because if you keep on adding the digital credit up, you can actually end up purchasing like movies on Amazon that you have.
See, I don't know. I don't know that I would like to be getting distracted in my games or videos or whatever it is by like little Amazon product.
Okay.
It's kind of like these. Do you ever watch? Probably not. The George and Gracie show. Do you remember the George and Gracie show?
No, I do not.
Okay, so George Burns, Gracie Allen, right? It's a long time.
I know George Burns, comedian. Yeah.
Right. So if you've ever watched their shows, they have product placement, right? And some guy talks about the product.
Well, WandaVision
as part
did that,
of
right?
the show. Yeah, WandaVision probably did that. I didn't see WandaVision.
Yep.
But they have this product. This is what this is, product placement that you can literally buy while you're playing a game.
Truman Show.
Yeah.
Right? You remember the movie Truman Show?
Yes.
So they had that where they did product placement there too. Well, all right. Story number 2, Mike. This is going to be nothing's better than getting a third thumb. So tell me all about this.
Okay. Well, unlike what you were just talking about.
Yeah.
This is okay. So we have entered the realm in which we have augmented prosthetics. Okay, so if you lose a limb nowadays, it's not just it doesn't have to be a static limb.
Yep.
We are integrating it with other parts of your biomechanical system, right? And so that those things can move.
Yep.
And this was more of a experiment on how an augmented limb affects your neural system or your brain.
Okay.
Right? So, and what they used was a second thumb or a third thumb. I guess they called it a third thumb, which doesn't make any sense because.
Well, you have one on your left hand.
They had
you have one on your right
hands, right? So they had 4 thumbs.
No, they only added 1.
Oh, okay. No, that's right because your 2 big toes move that 1 thumb.
Correct.
At any rate, so this is a 3D printed extension of a thumb, of a finger that moves and is controlled by your 2 toes. Okay, and really, this was more about how it affects your neural system. In comic books and superhero flicks and stuff, you see all these characters with
Dr. Octopus, right?
Yeah,
He's got
Dr. Octopus. You got what's his name with the arm?
Doc Ock.
That's the same guy.
You talking about Bucky?
Bucky. Yeah, he's got the fake arm.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So you go back to George Burns. I'll keep it in the Marvel world here.
Yeah, or Star Trek
or Star Wars. There you go. Okay.
Okay. So they have metal wings or whatever.
Like Star Wars. This is like Darth Vader.
Oh, sure. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, let's just make every reference we can to it right now.
Okay.
Anyway, so the prosthetic augmentation of new body parts is not fiction anymore. We're able to do that. Neuroscientist Tamar Macon and prosthetic designer Danny Claude are fascinated with how the brain and body might adapt to an additional, and in this case, the additional thumb.
Okay.
As shown in Washington, D.C. at the 2023 annual meeting for the American Association for the Advancement of Science.
Wow,
that's a
big association.
Yeah, so what they did was they had this prosthetic thumb that was hooked onto volunteers' hands,
okay,
and acted as it's basically a second thumb for one hand.
Okay,
and it was attached by receivers on the toes, the to get them to move around, whatever. At any rate, they taught these people how to use this over 5 days, and they wanted to see how adaptable it is. And to no surprise, it's pretty adaptable. We are adaptable to these kind of things. I don't know if you ever heard the experiment of the flipped glasses.
No.
Where you would be given a pair of glasses, and what it does is it flips your view forward so everything is upside down.
Okay.
And what happens over the course of several hours is that your body readjusts your neural
inputs
so that it writes the picture ahead. So
oh wow,
you would think that if I'm walking through a building and I'm wearing glasses that makes everything look upside down, that it would stay like that, but that's not what happens.
Okay.
So this is a very similar same thing. They focused on the hand function and dysfunction and how we can use the technology to increase hand functionality in both disabled and non-disabled individuals.
Okay.
They designed upper limb augmentation and prosthetic. This is Danny Claude. She collaborates with Tamar as the senior technical specialist at the Plasticity Lab, as well as with groups like Alternative Limb Project. Her work investigates the future architecture of her body and challenges the boundaries of extending the human form, whether that's adding a third thumb or a tentacle called a vine or a prosthetic forearm that glows with the wearer's pulse or whatever it is. So they found that, yes, within minutes, people were able to use the thumb. They were able to manipulate objects, and in the course of 5 days, it became very normal for them. So you see in the videotape that we were watching last night, you see these folks with 6 fingers on one hand, 2 thumbs and 4 fingers, and they're like picking up objects and playing Jenga and all this other stuff. So this is one of those really cool sort of functions of how we are integrating technology into our daily lives in a functional and purposeful way.
So do you think this will catch on? Do you think this is something where we start adding limbs?
I don't know that, the general public needs to be running around with a prosthetic like marmoset tail or fingers, but
there's a lot of people that like that tail stuff. I mean, that could be a whole market, right?
Sure. But I'm looking at this from somebody who loses a limb.
Okay.
And they want to function with like they did before.
Sure. And the thumb's a big deal to lose, right? I mean, your hand without a thumb. I mean, that makes things very.
That's what
difficult.
Makes us human, actually,
Correct.
is the opposable thumb. So.
Yep. Okay. Well, that's
so there we go. So if you want to take a look at that,
we'll be shared out on TechTime Radio.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we
watch
go.
the video. All right. Story number 3: memory. More memory. Don't we all need more memory?
I don't know. Are you asking me as a person who is getting old, or are you talking about your computer stuff?
Well, either or. Okay. Although most PCs are still running DDR4 and even DDR3, that is essentially the brand of memory. DDR6 is well on its way to being released. But is it worth the wait? So this is a memory chip. Okay. Now, we just went through COVID. Memory chips were rare. Now that there's a surplus of it.
Got supply
there's a
chain
plethora.
Oh, look at you.
All right, there you go. Samsung, one of the world's primary producers of memory modules, have been discussing its development of DDR6 for a couple of years now. In the current timeline, though, DDR6 will begin to be commercially available in 2026. It's about the same gap as there was before between the launch of DDR4 and DDR5. The speed of DDR RAM separates from the capacity or frequency is based on data rates. In other words, it's how fast data can be stored and retrieved by the memory itself. Therefore, the higher the RAM speed, the faster your software or processors can access it. DDR RAM 6 will likely provide data transfer speeds up to 12,800 megabits per second and 17,000 megabits per second on an overclocked module. This is twice as fast as DDR5. That's the big thing, and 4 times faster than DDR4. This is a huge increase in RAM. Most of the time, you get a clock speed by you don't double the speed. Normally, you'll get like a third of an increase or half of an increase. It is really pushing it. This DDR6 for DDR5 is essentially the largest jump ever, and it will be twice as fast as the DDR4.
So this is about speed, not space.
This is about speed of running your applications, loading your applications, having them run on a device itself. Now, DDR6 memory could be in your phone. You can think of it as the new Apple phones that come on out could use this ability, and Samsung phones. tablet devices. But what this says is this is how quick the application loads. If you have an iPad or a tablet and you load an app, it takes longer and longer to load that. Now to be microseconds to load those.
Okay, so is it going to change what can run on my current phone?
No, but what it's going to do is it's going to make things
it faster?
much, much quicker. But so if you're trying to say you're thinking about augmented reality or virtual reality, it has to go on out there and the cameras have to scan a surface. They have to look at the surface texture area, create logic in there, and it takes a little bit of time. And people try to do the best they can with the program and the RAM speeds that are available. What this new device essentially is going to do is it's going to revolutionary the availability of loading applications and running them.
You know what it means to me?
What's that?
I'm just going to have to buy new devices.
That's right. Well, let's talk about the prices. So in 2021, the average price for 32 gigs of RAM, DDR5, was about $320. Right now, of course, because the chips are in excess, they're only about $150. They're thinking that the DDR6 will probably come out of that same $320, $360 price for 32 gigs of RAM as the previous version did upon release.
Okay.
So there you go.
Well, am I going to be able to upgrade my current systems with this?
Probably not. So no, because the architecture, because it's so quick, they're going to have to write new pathways within the processing memory to actually get it to work.
It's going to be like every time I want to upgrade
come on,
it's
286, 386, 486 Pentium Pro.
Yep.
I mean, every single time they come out with faster items, they always have to make faster.
Yeah, and then
things.
they create programs that work on this higher operating
and then
thing,
it's
so I have to go buy a new one anyway.
And then it gets slower than anyways. That's right. All right. Well,
I'm sure there's a lot of people that are be happy that that's coming out, especially those people that whip us on the games regularly.
I don't know what games you're playing that they whip you on because we just killed last night. All right. Story number 4. Microsoft thinks that you're going to like the new way that they're coming out with a 2-factor authentication. They're making security better and less annoying for you. Yeah, let's take a look at it. You can no longer blindly accept logon attempts. Microsoft has changed the way its Authenticator app works in an effort to make it more secure by preventing multi-factor authentication fatigue attacks. Have you ever gotten your phone multi-factor where someone is just pinging you and say, will you accept, will you accept, will you accept? And then sometimes people literally then say, oh, it must be me. Even though they're sitting at like home watching television, they're not trying to log into anything. They get 3 or 4 logins and they get bored and they say, fine, approve.
No, I
know
never
people that do that.
Okay. I don't have that issue. But
What's that?
Go ahead.
What are you saying?
I hate that because they ruined it for everybody else now.
I know, because those people hit okay on those stupid things when you should have said no, and then you should have gone into whatever's trying to log in and change your password because clearly someone had it, but people logged in all the time.
Okay. Yeah.
So now Microsoft is making it tougher.
Is that what I get for sharing passwords?
Well, okay. Oh. So now the push notification from the Authenticator app on your secondary device, such as a smartphone, will verify login attempts. Users will now have to input a 2-digit code shown on their primary device. So your phone will get a 2-digit code like 32 or 56. And then you're going to have to go on to the login screen and choose that number to type in on your phone instead of just hitting OK so that they can verify that it's you yourself now.
So how is this going to be less frustrating for me?
Microsoft says this is going to itself will stop hackers from stealing workers' intentional logon credentials and make everybody much more secure and happy that they are completely in control of their authenticating.
You know, there's a dystopian future that I see where in order to log on to something that I have to do at work, it's going to take me 30 minutes to get through it because of all the multi-factor authentication processes that I have to go through in order to just log on to look at an email.
So this is what I think. So you remember as a kid, we had to grow up and you had to memorize phone numbers of your buddies and your home and everything like that. So here's what I figure is going to happen. We came up with this technology so we wouldn't have to know our phone number because we can now keep it in our pocket. By the time the next 4 or 5 years come on out, we're going to have to know like a 10-digit, 12-digit phone number just to log into our phones.
That's the horrible nightmare that I see every time you come up with one of these new things. I hate multi-factor authentication. It drives me up the wall because, especially when something is not working correctly, like if I log out of my Steam account and I can't remember something.
Yeah, they got to get them
and then
to send
I got to
email.
Go back.
And then they get
the
crap. 6-digit code. You got to put it in there, and then they send you an email.
And if I don't do it quickly, if I don't do it quickly enough, then
times out.
It times out, and it's like, oh, sorry, that code doesn't work. I'm like, oh,
yeah. Well, now you're gonna have to memorize. Well, guess what? You don't have to worry about it too much because Microsoft is gonna push out the notifications starting May 8th.
And you know what's gonna happen.
Wait,
starting May 8th.
That's today. Or yesterday.
That's yesterday. That's right.
Yesterday.
So they made an
it.
announcement today, and they started pushing it off yesterday to let everybody know of this great new feature for security.
So now somebody's going to be pinging you and pinging you and pinging you.
Yeah.
And you're going to just say, dude, the number is 24.
Or whatever the number is.
It's so frustrating because you get on, you already have to show your Face ID or your password
for your phone.
The Authenticator app.
Yeah.
And then they're asking for it again. And now you have to put in a digit.
That's because we had idiots out there that were getting these texts that kept on saying, okay, I'll just approve it.
That's why I hate my iPhone.
Is that?
I hate my work phone is an iPhone.
And you don't like it?
And I set it to do Face ID.
Yeah.
Right? But if I don't do Face ID within a certain amount of time or something like because I'll leave my phone hanging out over here.
That sounds secure. Okay.
Right? No,
at your desk as you get up to go lunch?
It's locked.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. But if I haven't unlocked it in a certain amount of time, I'll open it'll open up and it'll say Face ID, and then it'll ask me for my security code.
Well, just think now you're going to have to type in numbers.
Yeah.
So I already have to do
it. Starts with 2. Starts with 2. It's going to go to 6.
Yeah.
Then it'll go
I used
to 12.
To be able to type in a 4-digit number on my iPhone. Now I have to type in an 8-digit code that has to have a letter and a special character.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of a 4-character PIN.
Your company must be nice because the companies I work for, we do 12 letters. We do 12. You got 8. We do 12. All right.
People are going to jump off of bridges after.
Well, that is our top technology stories of the week. Moving on. Next, we have Gwen joining us on our Gadgets and Gear segment after the break. So don't miss out this opportunity. Do you want to know what it's like to fly like Green Goblin? She's got some information. You're listening to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm. We'll be back after this commercial break. Hello, listeners. We're excited here at TechTime Radio, aren't we, Mike?
Oh, no.
We have an announcement to make starting in June. We're really excited to be a part of an internet radio station. That's right. Coming up in June, you will still be able to listen to us live here at Kixie 880 and KKNW and all of our affiliate stations. But you'll be able to listen to us at 8 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday now. We look forward to this new opportunity to provide you TechTime Radio every weekday. And again, you can always catch us online at TechTimeRadio.com. Welcome back to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm. Tech Time is a weekly hour technology show that talks about current technology in a simple format without having to geek out. Brought to you by myself, Nathan Mumm, and Mike Day. We just had our first whiskey tasting during the break, and now let me tell you about what we are sipping in our pick of the day. During the show today, we have chosen the Swear Jar Canadian Whiskey, 80 proof, $28.49. When sipping on Swear Jar whiskey, you get what's best in the Canadian crafts. You'll probably get thrown off by the sweet, tangy, peppery heat and fall for the rich mouth-coating caramel, cinnamon ginger, and clove softness. Just what it takes to get a tasting experience at the highest level, as if you're drinking it from a wooden cabin in the Canadian forest. You'll find the delicate clove and caramel hints of fruits, followed by a daring spice of, what is that? Sicilian peppercorn? What is that thing?
Szechuan.
Szechuan?
Szechuan?
Szechuan.
Okay, peppercorn. I don't know what type of peppercorn it is, but peppercorn. Mark now puts these big words in here just so that he can get me in trouble. That's what it finishes with a bold kick, then transitions to a smooth finish, perfectly balanced. Great taste in whiskey with a foul mouth. A kick, beep, drink for whiskey lovers who want to sit back and enjoy life's simple pleasures. This is an unknown Canadian distillery. It's 6 years of age. It's 80 proof. Mash bill is unknown. $28.49. Now, what is your first taste? Because you said something and then you kind of changed it.
Initially it was okay, but I'm going to say that after I tasted it, initially the finish was like licking a cabin in the woods.
It was like licking a cabin in the woods?
Yeah, it just turned kind of dusty and sour.
Okay. I tasted the sweet, tangy, peppery heat.
I did too. And I was like, initially I was like, oh.
You said this is a great Canadian
whiskey. And then the finish came along and I'm like, ugh.
Okay, well, We'll see if you're. Let's see if with the air, let's breathe a little bit.
We've already,
now, what do you think of you did like the little bottle that came in?
The bottles, the bottle is awesome. I think we've probably already filled it up halfway with money.
Okay, with swear jar monies
because it's a swear jar.
Okay, all right, there you go. All right, with our first whiskey tasting completed, let's move on to our feature segment. We have our gadgets and gear expert and show producer, Gwen joining the show. She's an expert in cybersecurity during the day and a game board geek in the evening. Let's welcome Gwen to our video stream and start our next segment.
What's new in our gadgets and gear?
All right, Gwen, we're having a good time here. Let me tell you. We got
clearly. I mean, you're on the Canadian whiskey again.
We're on the Canadian whiskey, and I like it a lot. I actually, I think Mr. Mike here liked it, and then he kind of soured a little bit on it. But we'll see what goes on.
You said
here.
the word Canadian, and that was enough.
Yeah.
Although soon you might have an extra thumb, so you could give it 2 thumbs up on your own.
Oh, look at that!
Wow.
Ching. Oh, we like that. Gwen will be appearing in the comedy show.
I think there needs to be money in that for that. Put some money in the swear jar for that. That's a bad pun.
Okay, there you go.
Fair.
All right, Gwen, how have you been? How's life?
Going well. We're continuing to stomp on cyber criminals, and that's always a good thing. And I'm getting to reconnect with some customers that I haven't seen for years, so I'm pretty excited.
Are they confused about the multi-factor authentication Microsoft is pushing out?
Not yet, although I am relatively sure we're going to be answering questions about that very soon.
Yeah, it's really nice that they sent a press release out after the day they started releasing it. That's a simple way to make sure that you just launch something with no feedback.
Well, that's what happens every time. I'm just doing something normally, and then something changes, and I have to do some other weird stuff.
Yes.
So I'm going to get a 2 code. I'm going, what the heck's this?
There you go.
And then I'm going to have to figure it out. And then,
you just call
it'll become natural, and we'll get used to it after about a month, and then they'll pull something else, and it'll be the worst thing ever because, hey, that was easy.
We've already established that neural nets do adapt well to different stimulation.
There you go. Be careful. ChatGPT may be able to do that.
I can tell you what you could do with an extra prosthetic finger.
Oh, okay. All right.
Done.
There you go. All right, now let's get to our gadgets and gear. Now, what do we have on the docket today? Now, we kind of teased a little bit because we had such a great job at the production meeting last night. This was, I think, our longest gadget and gear subject that we talked about. We had Alessandra dropping in additional webhooks that had different links to different things. This was a pretty big deal. So tell us all about what we got going on here.
It's super exciting. For those who watched Spider-Man No Way Home last year, I believe it was, you've already seen this. This is legitimately the actual device that they used for the Green Goblin.
Oh, this was actually in the film?
Yeah.
It was in the film.
Yes.
Oh, this was his glider in the film. Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's legitimately the
okay.
unit that was
I kept
used.
wondering why you were referencing that. So I know the guy dressed up like Green Goblin, but I didn't.
No. This is the device. Okay, so tell us more.
Tell us from the film.
Yep. Tell us more.
So obviously we try to keep, or at least I try to keep these gadgets somewhat feasible, reasonable amount of money, so that all of our listeners can join in.
We like that. We try to keep them under about $500, right? I mean, about 500.
Yeah.
Not this one.
Sometimes it's a little higher.
Yeah.
But yeah, that $500 limit is usually pretty good. This one started out sounding good.
Okay.
The very first thing that you can do is $100.
Okay, that sounds right.
Yeah. So that $100 gives you permission in the future if you decide to actually buy this.
Oh, it gives you permission to buy it.
It gives you permission to buy it.
So it's a deposit.
Well, not even a deposit.
It doesn't actually give you any money off. It just says if you decide you want to buy it, you can buy it.
Oh, okay. So if I want to buy this thing, I have to pay to get on a waiting list.
So $100 is a waiting list.
And then, okay, all right, there you go.
Okay,
right.
That seems a little odd, but okay, keep on going.
So,
I'm sure it gets more.
I
makes
don't
more
remember
sense.
this from last night, but there were a lot of things we were messing with.
There was a lot last night. So let's say you want to get more involved.
Okay.
If you pay $160,
yeah,
you can be on the waiting list.
Uh-huh.
And also listen to quarterly keynote meetings. So the same meetings that are given to the board of directors.
So I can listen in on the phone.
I can pretend like I'm at work while not being at work.
Exactly. So
for
that might be worth
$60,
an extra $60 for you.
What are they doing?
Well, hang on. I think it gets even better.
This is kind of like some weird.
It's kind of like a
something
green
I can't
goblin.
say on the radio.
Okay,
Oh,
all right.
it's
Swear jar.
bizarre.
Okay.
So you want to give a little bit more money. You give $250.
$250. Okay.
You actually get to be on the waiting list.
Yeah.
Sit in on those board meetings.
Okay.
And visit the factory where it's being built.
And visit the factory. So it gives me a guest entry into the factory?
No, you get visitation rights. Visitation rights for
Basically.
$200.
You only get to go once. But
That may
you
be
can walk
cheaper
into
than
the factory
some
and they'll
other
show you.
Oh, it's Disney World.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm going to go to Disneyland and stand around at the Magic Kingdom entrance for $200.
All right.
Just looking in. Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So the next step up, this is taking it close to our normal limit.
Yeah.
$365.
All right. That's got to get you something.
Year worth. That does get you something.
Okay.
That gets you 4 things, in fact.
All right.
That gets you 4 quarterly boxes of random toys. They may be little gadgets like a drone or something similar.
Oh, so it's like a loot box.
So for 3 months of coffee, I can get a box of toys from a company that wants me to go visit their glider at the factory.
Sounds pretty good.
You can visit. You can.
All right. So okay. Let's do it like $1,000. What is $1,000 gets us? It gets us a prototype.
Nope. $1,000 gets you nothing. Nothing.
Okay, well, hang on. How many people are backing this? Where's this? Okay, so what's the name of this product first?
I find this very interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah, so what's the name of this product? How many people have pledged? What's going on here? Because I'm lost a little bit.
The product name is called Sky Surfer.
It
is a personal flight vehicle that can be packed into a suitcase.
Okay.
So it can be compressed very small.
So kind of James Bond-like. Okay, I get you.
Exactly. There are 25 backers so far.
Okay.
They are less than $300 away from their goal.
Okay.
To make it reality.
All right.
And you have until May 28th.
See, I'm feeling like there's not a lot of activity here. I'm feeling, because most of the time when we do this, it's like, hey, we wanted $15,000 and we got like 150,000 backers and $150,000 bucks. This one's like, well, kinda.
All right. So how much to get this cool device? Where do I need to get in here? Is it about 2,000? Well, I mean, where are we starting to get into this? Because I'm sure there's got to be something available.
Exactly. 2,000 gets you into the training school. It's actually $1,698.
Okay, and that gets me
all of the rewards before, and you get to go and learn how to fly.
So $1,600 covers everything.
So I get to learn to fly. I get the drone. I get everything. I have it all.
You get to learn to fly, and you get the gadgets from the 4 quarterly things.
What do you mean I get to learn to fly? What do you mean learn to fly?
They will teach you how to fly. Like, you go through flight school.
Do you actually get to fly the thing?
You don't actually have it.
Oh, so you don't own it yet. Do you get to actually fly it, or is it just simulated flying?
It's just simulated at that point.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm sold.
Hang on.
Right.
Okay,
No,
all right.
it gets better.
Okay, so
$8,500.
8,500. Is that the next? Oh, come on. Hey, there's got to be something in between the $2,000
from 1,600 to 8,500.
There's nothing in between there. There's not 5,000 for a unit. So 8,500 gets 2 of these units, right?
Nope. 8,500 gets you a 15% discount, or you can actually join the team and be there as they're building it and working out.
Wait.
So hang on.
I'm paying money.
$8,500 to go work at this company?
No, I'm paying money to work at the company and receive 15% discount. Or
you get a choice.
So I'm putting a down payment on it with what I'm actually doing, right?
Exactly. So
or I'm going to go work for the company.
Rewards for $10,000.
Okay, so this has to be the 10,000 has to be like signed, autographed in one of these devices. What do you get for that?
The first offering is that you can schedule a visit. Somebody will show up on the device wearing the Green Goblin mask, looking like the Green Goblin. Like, you could have the coolest kids party on the planet for $10,000.
And then everybody gets to ride on it?
No.
And then everybody gets to ride on it at the birthday party?
Nope, they just show up.
Do I get to ride on it if I've got training?
Oh my gosh.
So you do the 10,000 now and 15,000 when you schedule them to show up. So that's 25,000.
You know what? I'm going to do my own campaign. You know what I'm going to do?
What do you do?
You can pay me $25
to do your job,
come over and wash my dishes.
Okay.
I mean,
and I will be there.
Probably get some takers,
and we can have a Zoom meeting about the dishes.
Okay, so okay. Where's the price if I actually get to own this device itself?
Okay, so there are a couple of different ways that you can do it.
Okay.
The first of all is you can get a build kit.
A build kit.
Again, it's $10,000 now. And then 44,000 due on delivery, so a total of 54,000.
54K,
and I build it myself.
I have to build it myself,
and you have to build it yourself.
It comes with IKEA instructions.
Exactly.
Just think if you put it in the wrong screw in the wrong place on that, and the sucker doesn't balance now. I mean, IKEA furniture always gets built in a different IKEA way.
I'm telling you.
Okay. All right, and so there has to be a total price of 40,000 or what?
50, so far we're at 54 grand.
Yeah.
If you want more, if you want one that's already fully built,
well, that'd be good.
You can pay $10,000 up front, and then 64,000 due on delivery.
64K.
So 74K plus 8,500 for my 15% discount.
No, if you do the 8,500, then you get a discount in the future, but you don't get one of the first ones off.
Just think. Do
they have a book of codes that go with this thing? Like,
okay, so clearly, where can I back this? Because I feel like I want to be an idiot and back something that I now have to pay. I mean, that's the price of a Tesla.
Wait, I have a question though.
Okay.
Yes.
Are they allowed to do
just
this?
one?
Like, isn't this like a copyrighted thing? Can't Disney come after them?
Well, I think that Disney probably bought it from them to probably Disney probably paid them to do it, and this was an agreement.
Okay.
So that would be if you're asking me for 10K, you better have some type of legal documentation. I'm not paying you 10K to reserve something.
Oh Lord, no. So Nathan,
yes,
just for you.
Yeah.
If you go to Kickstarter right now,
okay.
Search Sky Surfer.
Sky Surfer.
There is exactly one discounted Sky Surfer
left.
You pay just
one.
Just one.
You pay 10,000 now.
Okay.
And all you have to do is pay 59,000. And it's yours. That's $5,000 off, but there's only one.
Oh.
What happened to I want to know where my 15% discount comes in. Where is that?
I think that's only at the 8,000 level, and then you're on the waiting list. At least you're on the waiting list.
Okay.
You're on the waiting list.
What is the full price of the full thing built?
Almost 100. It's got to be 100,000 because I see on here there's a discounted price of 85K. So that means how much is it?
It's going to be 89,000. It's going to be their manufactured suggested retail price.
So they're going to sell like a freaking car.
Yeah, I could buy a Tesla.
Exactly.
Aren't they doing like the hoverboard thing? Wouldn't a hoverboard be more reasonable than this?
I think so.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, we talked about a flying car not too long ago.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of other alternatives.
It was cheaper than this.
And the motorcycle, one from Star Wars.
You didn't have to go visit it.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, remember the Star Wars one, the motorcycle.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go visit it at the factory to make sure your adoption's going to go through.
Exactly.
Okay, well,
I want that one.
You're on the waiting list. All right, Gwen. Well, you know what? I think our listeners are going to be excited to reserve that. We'll make sure to have this in our link so that all those billionaires out there that just want to drop some money, make sure you go to Patreon first and subscribe to our Tech Time Radio show first. But
yes, and for a limited time offer, you can give me $100 and come watch my Roomba.
Oh, there you go. There you go. All right, Gwen. You know, you're a big part of our show every Tuesday of the month. You're a vital part of what makes the show great. So any closing words before we continue on?
Always happy to be here. Try to enjoy your Canadian whiskey and don't just click yes to make them stop, okay?
There you go.
Make the cyber criminals at least work for
your
stuff.
credentials. Don't just click it.
Yeah.
Well, now you're going to have a 17-digit code, 27-digit code. Soon you're going to have to...
It'll be fine.
You know, it'll be really easy. Just put it on your wrist, and then you can just look at it.
And eventually I'm going to have a logarithmic generator just to get to my password to get... Just to get to where I can put my password in, which is going to be password.
All right, Gwen, we'll see you in a month. Sounds great.
Sounds good.
Bye. All right, that ends our segment Gadgets and Gear with Gwen. Up next, we have This Week in Technology. So now would be a great time to enjoy a little whiskey on the side, as I will be doing so with Mike during the break. You're listening to TechTime Radio with Nathan Mumm.
This is Marc.
And Greg.
For Copiers Northwest.
With a terrific offer.
Called Printer Care Plus.
It's simple. Buy HP printer cartridges from Copiers Northwest and we'll service your current printers for free.
That sounds too good to be true.
It's made possible due to our HP Copiers Northwest relationship.
Copiers Northwest is an HP Platinum partner.
One of only 2 in the entire Northwest.
And now with Printer Care Plus,
Copiers Northwest will provide free printer service.
As long as they purchase genuine HP cartridges from Copiers Northwest.
That's right. IT departments no longer have to service printers.
Or fix paper jams with Printer Care Plus.
They can focus on more strategic initiatives.
And let our experienced technicians keep their HP printers up and running.
Sounds like a love-love relationship for IT departments.
Don't get too carried away. So how do they get more details on Printer Care Plus?
Call Copiers Northwest today, 206-282-1200, or visit copiersnw.com.
Copiers Northwest. New ideas, new solutions.
And now, let's look back at this week in technology.
All right, we're going back to May 11th, 1997. IBM's Deep Blue beats world's best chess player. Garry Kasparov beat... Kasparov.
There's no way there.
Okay, Kasparov beat IBM's Deep Blue in the first match of what many consider a test of artificial intelligence. The world's best chess player, Kasparov, eventually lost the match and $1.1 million purse to the IBM supercomputer, which had claimed could never surpass human chess ability. After losing the 6th and final game of the match, Kasparov accused IBM of building a machine specifically to beat him. Observers said he was frustrated by Deep Blue's quickness, although they expected him to win with unconventional moves. It did not happen. As a result, there are now computer-only chess leagues where the top chess programs play against each other for all of eternity, or at least until the guy running the league turns off the computers. Anyways, ultimately, Deep Blue was retired to the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C. That was This Week in Technology. If you ever wanted to watch some tech time history with over 2 years of video podcasts and blog information, you can visit us at TechTimeRadio.com to watch our older shows or join our Tech Timers Facebook group to talk with us live all the time. We're going to take a commercial break. When we return, we have the Marc's Mumble Whiskey Review and our Technology Fail of the Week. We'll see you after the break.
Hello, my name is Arthur, and my life's work is connecting people with coffee. StoriCoffee is a small batch specialty coffee company that uses technology to connect people to each product resource, which allows farmers to unlock their economic freedom. Try our Medium Roast Founder Series coffee, which is an exotic bourbon variety that is smooth, fresh, and elegant at StoriCoffee.com. That's STORI coffee.com. Today you can get your first bag free when you subscribe at StoriCoffee.com with code TechTime. That's STORI coffee.com.
The segment we've been waiting all week for. Marc's Whiskey Mumble.
Well, today, May 9th, is guess what day?
Is it a Hogwarts Day or something like that? That's what we did last week.
It's National Lost Sock Memorial Day.
Lost Sock Memorial Day.
Honoring all socks that are no longer with us.
Okay.
You know how that works, right? You put in a load of laundry, you have 2 socks, and when it goes in, you have 1 sock when it comes out.
Yeah, the dryer.
You know what happens?
What's that?
It's transmogrified into a Tupperware lid. Because you always have too many Tupperware lids.
You do? Okay.
And, that phenomenon causes all of us to swear a little bit.
Okay.
So here's what Marc has to say about today's whiskey.
All right, let's hear what he says.
To be called Canadian, one must be polite. To be called a Canadian whiskey, it must be mashed, distilled, and aged a minimum of 3 years in the Canadian homeland in wooden barrels no larger than 700 liters. I guess bigger isn't always better. Marc's review is easy, as long as he ignores his Canadian roots. What the effing beep beep is Nathan picking for him to review?
Oh, wow.
Marc will take their 2 slogans and correct them.
Okay.
Taste so good we dare you not to swear should be. Taste it and you will be swearing.
Okay.
And great tasting with whiskey with a foul mouth should be changed to tasting this whiskey is foul. At least you can pour out the liquid and use the bottle as a swear jar. I think I'm going to go with
wow.
I'm going to go with Marc and say the best thing about this is the jar.
Wow. Okay. I don't know. I still kind of like it myself.
You know, like I said, it's got this really good flavor right up front, and then it just, I don't know, it just goes wrong.
All right. Well, you know, Marc, thanks for that Mumble whiskey technology. What a great pairing. Kind of like M&M's and peanut butter. Right, Mike?
What?
Don't you have M&M's and peanut butter?
No.
All right, let's get ready for our technology fail of the week. Brought to you by Executive Services, technology experts to help you out of a technology fail.
We are out of time. Congratulations. You're a failure.
Oh. I failed, did I?
Yes.
Did I?
Yes.
Did I?
Yes.
All right, Discord plans to make everyone change their username. Do you have a Discord account?
Yes.
Okay, well, Discord has announced that everyone on the platform is going to be asked to change their name over the coming weeks. The online chat service, which allows people to create and join based on their interests, has over 150 million monthly active users worldwide. Previously, users were identified by a name preceded by a hash and 4 numbers. But they didn't like the system anymore, so they said that they're going to change it and create a unique username with an @ symbol at the front, bringing it in line with Twitter, Instagram, and other platforms.
They're going to take the hashtag away and make us be Twitter.
Yeah, that's right. Discord representative told BBC News after hearing from many users about the challenges associated with connecting to friends on platforms, we've made changes to our username system. Now, the change is being criticized by everyone that says people already know how to get a hold of us. Why do we need to take a huge step backwards? I don't need to use an @ sign. People know how to get a hold of me with my current logins. Popular illustrator Aurora said that she's really worried about ruining the risk of being impersonated and having other people secure her username. But they said that they're going to come out with a way by whoever has the oldest accounts will get to choose their new usernames first.
Yeah, I guess I won't be on Discord much longer.
Oh, there you go.
I don't use it that much anyway.
I don't either. I don't either. Okay.
F them. Oh, well, swear jar.
Well, right now we need to move to Mike's mesmerizing moment. This is Mike's mesmerizing moment, presented by StoriCoffee. Visit StoriCoffee.com. All right, we got 1 minute, so we're going to have to be quick because we still got our pick of the day.
Okay.
All right. Why are people upset about usernames? Aren't usernames just fake names anyways?
Well, I don't know. I think that depends on what you're doing. We're talking about a username for a thing that we're used to using. So one of the reasons that people just don't like change. But if we're talking about like handles that people put thought into and symbolize a part of their identity, that's a big problem because you're asking somebody to change your identity, right? So if you know, you get on Xbox, you have your handle.
A homeboy.
Your homeboy handle.
Yep.
And if Xbox came along and said, hey, you need to change that, you would get upset because A, you would have to change, and B, it's part of your identity as that online forum.
Okay.
So
makes sense.
We don't like that.
So why is Discord doing that? That's kind of it seems counterproductive.
Who knows?
Okay.
Maybe they think they're going to be Twitter.
Oh,
because
they may be.
I mean, in
maybe
a way,
that's it. Maybe they're getting ready to be Twitter.
In a way, it's a simplistic, but I don't. You know, who knows? It's the same reason why people decide to do
other crazy stuff.
You know, like dress codes and stuff.
Wow. Bum. All right, here we go. Now we're going to go to our pick of the day, whiskey tasting.
And now our pick of the day for our whiskey tastings. Let's see what bubbles to the top.
All right, we have our swear jar Canadian whiskey, 80 proof, $28.49. Mr. Gourdet, what is your take on this beautiful Canadian whiskey?
I'm going to give it a real thumbs down and a prosthetic thumbs down.
Okay. Wow. All right, Odie, what did you think?
I'll give it a thumbs up.
You give it a thumbs up? I'm going to give it a thumbs up also. So we're going to have to go split. I like Canadian whiskey. The best stuff is Canadian Mist. Have you ever tried that?
No. No, Nathan, no.
Okay.
Let's not go there. That's trauma speaking.
All right, if you want to listen to my nugget of the week, I'm going to put that online. It's about AI and Spotify. But remember, we enjoy you being a listener, and the science of tomorrow starts with the technology of today. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us on TechTime Radio. We hope that you had a chance to have that moment today in technology. The fun doesn't stop there. We recommend that you go to TechTimeRadio.com and join our fan list for the most important aspect of staying connected and winning some really great monthly prizes. We also have a few other ways to stay connected, including subscribing to our podcast on any podcast service, from Apple to Google and everything in between. We're also on YouTube, so check us out on youtube.com/TechTimeRadio, all one word. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did making it for you. From all of us at TechTime Radio, remember, mum's the word. Have a safe and fantastic week.